Hi guys, I'm the Model Horse Maniac, and here we go again with another Breyer horse unboxing. So I decided to split doing the unboxings to do all the Breyer together. So this is, I don't know how long, about 2 months worth of Breyer. I've been really holding off buying model horses recently, unless they're stuff I absolutely need. But it's weird how you end up with a theme. So this is just random Breyer that I've bought over the last few months, but they've ended up being pretty much all 90s, early 2000s models. So I thought I'd come on here today and we'll have a little unboxing of them. So I'm going to start off with a pony that I've already unboxed, I'm not going to lie. Because I was super worried about this guy because he came from a non-collector, which obviously that's fine. Non-collectors can have horses too, but he was just listed as toy horse, £12. And when I got him, I could hear him rattling, so I was very worried about him. But this is on the John Henry mold, and this is one of the ELCR, I believe, something to do with conservation grazing in America, benefit horses that they did back in sort of 2007, 2009. The first Breyer catalogue I got was 2009, and I specifically remember seeing this horse, and there's also a done version that I really want, and seeing it and really wanting it but never getting it. And these guys are considering this is the John Henry mold, this is not a particularly popular mold, and the other two are on the San Domingo mold, which again, not that popular with collectors. They don't seem to come up that often because they're only made for a year, and when they do, they're really nicely done, so they do actually tend to still sell for quite a bit. So I was so happy to find this guy. He is not in the best condition, but I'm really not bothered by that. I'm not a live show quality collector that's immediately going to go dump this in the body bin. But yeah, this is a guy that I've wanted. He's been on my radar basically since I started getting into Breyer at all. And I do have a real soft spot for the John Henry mold. I've only got two others on the mold. I've got Seabiscuit and Northern Dancer. But I really like this mold. He's really sweet. I've got a whole new appreciation for him. I tagged one up and used it on my Christmas display a couple of years ago and was like, oh wow, he's actually a really pretty pony. So I decided to grab him up regardless of what he might arrive like. And he wasn't the best packaged, but you can definitely tell he was played with. But he's got he's covered in shiny marks. But I really like this dapple grey. The camera will focus, and he makes a really nice addition to my collection of models from that era that I wanted as a child but I was never able to find. So yeah, I'm perfectly happy with him, especially for what I paid for him. And then for the second model, which is in here, I hope, we are going back to the early 90s, 93 I want to say. So this is the Pinto American saddlebred from just a regular run from the early 90s, as I said. And this guy's been on my radar for quite a while because I do collect the Five-gaited mold. I'm not a completionist on that mold because there's been so many over the years, but I do have a fair few on the mold. And this guy's been on my radar because, if you don't know, there's 4 different Five-gaiters that have exactly the same markings. They're just different colours. There's a class act that was a show special. There's CH Sprinkles that was a regular run. This one, which was a regular run. And then a JC Penney special run, I think. And I have 3 of them. I have all those other 3, but I haven't got this guy yet. And I've been putting off getting him because he is also he's from the early 90s, and if you don't know, from the late 80s, 88 to 93, Breyer used this really bad plastic, and basically it's disintegrating over time. I'll add some pictures to show you what I mean, but these models are called shrinkies, and not every model in the run is affected. I have models from that time period that are absolutely fine, and as I'm looking at this, I think he's okay because he's straight. The first thing you notice is they tend to fall sideways. I'll compare him with my other Five-gaiters later and add pictures. But yeah, basically I've been really cautious about buying this model. I've seen him a couple of times and I've really wanted him, but I've been really cautious just because you don't want to spend like £30 on a model and then he's a shrinky, because I've been burnt before with shrinkies. I'm like not even thinking about it, just press and buy it now and then going, oh, that's why that 5-gate is like sideways. Like my CH Sprinkles is a really bad shrinky and I definitely overpaid for him. Like I paid like 30 quid for him and he's probably worth a tenner, if that. But yeah, this guy he'd been on eBay for ages and I've been scrutinizing the pictures and being like, oh, I don't know, is he, isn't he? I don't think he is, but I'm not sure. And like the seller kept like dropping the price by like 50 pence at a time. And he got down to like £16. So I just sent the seller an offer of 15 and they accepted. And I thought, for that price, if he is a shrinky, it's not the end of the world. But I don't think he is. And he's this really nice, as I said, pattern that he shares with another 3 of the 5-gators. And I am a sucker for things like that, like models that are different colours of the same pattern. So he's really cool, and hopefully he's not a shrinky and he'll live in my collection for many, many years to come. And then the last thing we have is this big box, which I have just opened the tape on. This literally arrived just now, which is why I'm filming this video now. So these are all on the same mold. This is 3 models, but they're all on the same mold, which isn't even a mold I collect. I blame this on feeling sad. And thinking like it was a really good deal. They were really cheap. They were like £8 each. I paid for them. But yeah, definitely my model horse collecting goal for the start of this year was not to do this, to not buy models that I don't really want, even if they are cheap, because I never end up selling them. You know, if I buy like a model for cheap and think, oh, that's fine, I paid 20 for it, it's worth 40. That's fine if I actually sell the model, but I don't do that. So I've been really good sticking to that, but this I definitely broke. But you'll sort of see why. There is a model in here that I do have like been looking for a while, and there's another model that I just thought was just so cheap for what it is. I'm hoping that there's ponies underneath all this toilet paper. This is going to be difficult to do from this angle. Right, there's a lot of toilet paper going on. Oh my, what even? I mean, it's good, well packaged, 5 stars to the seller. I'd much rather have that than a horse that is not well packaged. We also have packaging peanuts and bubble wrap. So let's try and I'll grab the horsey that I think I can see the most. Yeah, because he's not got a lot of bubble wrap on. So this is not the reason I bought the lot. But you know what mold it is now? I'm just going to turn that around so that you can't read the address on it. Unless you want to send me horses, obviously. But the mold is the Black Stallion mold, which is not a mold I collect. It's a Chris Hess, but it's definitely not his finest hour. Like, I'm not a new Breyer snob. I really do like a lot of the older molds. Like the Canter and Welsh Pony is my favourite mold. I love the Clydesdales. I love a lot of what Chris Hess did. But this guy is a bit bug-eyed. He's not my favourite. And this is like a regular run again from like the mid-90s, I think. And I say it's called like Silver Mist or something. But this is a nice enough model. Not the sort of thing I collect. Not the reason I bought the box, but was just included. And then the next one, grab whatever one comes out next. There's packaging peanuts going everywhere. Packaging peanuts are so good for like packaging, but I must admit every time I open a box that has them in, I'm like, oh god, here we go again. This is so this is what swung it for me. The other horse in here is the one I was really after, but this is why it's always worth, if you see a lot of horse, because I just assumed that these were all like regular runs, and then they've been sitting on there for days, and I actually looked on Identify Your Breyer and found out that this is actually a tour model, which is not super rare. There were like 2,000 and something of him made. I can't remember his name. It's like Son of something, I think. And he's obviously in the worst condition. He's got a chipped ear, you can see there, but it's not really noticeable. But yeah, he's actually a tour model, which, like, as I said, isn't super rare. Like, they're not super sought after. But considering I thought he was just a regular run when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, that sort of makes the box worth it for me then. And they were advertised as bodies, and I had to save them from a body box. And he does also have a Peter Stone signature, which I don't know if you can sort of see. It's not super clear in real life. It says Peter Stone 94. Which, if you know Breyer, you know Peter Stone, basically, his dad was like one of the founders of Breyer, and he worked at Breyer for years before he went and set up Peter Stone model horses, which he just recently sold like last year. But his signature does not add a huge amount of value to models because he would sign everything. But it's still super cool that like this model horse has obviously started its life, presumably in the US, being signed by Stone at some kind of convention or something. And then somehow made its way across the ocean to end up in a body box in 2025 for like 20 quid for the whole box. So I picked him up, and he is that nice, like, I do quite like this bay. He sort of reminds me, if he's not actually related to like True Britain, the like on the Welsh cob mold, I think he might be the one that's like his father or son or something. But yeah, I could be totally wrong, but he's still a really cool model. And then the last model in here is the reason I actually bought this box, because this is, again, we're going back to like 2000. Oh, there's a saddle. I'm guessing that's homemade. It's hard to tell. It must be, right? I don't know. I'll have a look later and inform you. But yeah, this is like back to my 2009 or like early 2000s when I started collecting nostalgia. There go the packaging peanuts again. This guy has a bridle on as well, which I'm guessing goes with the saddle. So this is Jingles, who's like 2006, 2007, I think. Is like a therapy pony, and this is again another one I saw in catalogs as a kid and was like, I would really like that little pony, which is basically what I said whenever I saw a Breyer in a catalogue. But this is one I've been looking for a little while. It's that really nice sort of like early 2000s like coppery chestnut that again is just really nostalgic to me. It's probably the only one on this mold that I would like, if I ever sold any models, like I would definitely consider selling those other two and just keeping this guy, because he's like, it just proves how much these older, dodgier molds can be improved with a more modern paint job, even though it's still like 20 years old now. Oh my god. But yeah, this guy looks super cute. And I've been looking for one for a while. I kept seeing them and letting them go because it's not like a major like need pony for me. So I kept letting them go and being like, I'll find one day. And then I found this guy. He's got a couple of little rubs, but again, that doesn't bother me. His show side is actually pretty clean. Not that he's ever going to be going to a show, but that's the way he'll be displayed. So with that, this is my little haul that I managed to get. Overall, like, really happy with them, especially the two like nostalgic ones and the Five-gaited. I do really like the Five-gaited, and I'd like that guy as well. Sorry, Mr. Guy in the middle, you're really not growing on me. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll buy some more Breyer and there'll be another Breyer unboxing coming soon, but for my wallet's sake, I hope not. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.